and welcome to another video. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about what's in store for you for the next 6 months. Now, this is a timeless reading, which means that whenever you watch this, the reading will apply for the next 6 months of your life. What we'll be talking about is things that you can expect, things that you need to be aware about, and how to make the best use of the 6 months ahead. So let's dive right in. I have 3 piles in front of me. I'm going to be putting an overhead shot of 3 piles. You can select 1, 2, or 3. All 3 of them may have a certain message for you. So go ahead and make your choice.
So here are the 3 piles. What I'd like you to do is just close your eyes. Ask yourself what's in store for you for the next 6 months. And as soon as you feel ready, open your eyes and choose the pile that is in front of you. Starting with the leftmost, that is pile 1. The center one is pile 2. And the rightmost is pile 3.
Just a heads up, since this is an online YouTube video reading and it is a general reading, make sure that you use your discernment. Not everything is going to resonate with you. In case you do want to get a personal reading, you can always reach out to me. I have left my social media handles down, so you can probably send me a DM on Instagram and I will get back to you with a one-on-one reading as well. So for all of those that chose pile 1, here's what you can expect in the next 6 months. The card that came out for you was the Devil. That means that it's not very scary. It just means that you may be held captive by your own fears. It means that there are a couple of fears that you may encounter that you may realize are keeping you captive in terms of not allowing you to reach your goals, and you will be facing them face to face. What is the word? You will be facing them head on, and it is going to be tough. I'm not going to deny, but let's see what else is in store for you for pile 1, 6 months. Okay. However, once you deal with whatever is plaguing you or whatever is causing you this fear, it can be fear, it can be insecurity, it can be addiction issues, it could also be anxious thoughts, or just things that are keeping you from living the kind of life that you want to live. Once you deal with this, your life is going to be turning around 180 degrees. Everything that you want is going to happen. This is just a cycle that you're completing. It is just a bad phase, but what you want is within reach. The only thing that you need to do is make sure that you're not focusing too much on the smaller details and keeping the bigger picture in mind in terms of where you want to where you want to go and what you want to do. Let's see what else you can expect in the next 6 months. Okay, there are some relationships that are going to be changing. Okay, a lot of things. Okay, the first card talks about relationship changes. Now, there could be some relationships that you may have held on to that you know are not good, or that you know that are not giving you what you need or what you deserve. There might be some endings that take place. However, it could also mean that you draw strong boundaries and you get exactly what you want. So some of you could also probably get engaged or take your relationship to the next level. Let's see what's next. Parenting. So some of you may have an issue when it comes to, this is a very sensitive topic, so that's why I'm choosing my words very delicately. But some of you may have issues with your parents while you grew up. Maybe they didn't have a good relationship, and it kind of reflects on how your relationships are today, which means that you could be in an unhealthy relationship that you are now becoming aware of, and you're becoming aware of your own views on these relationships. Now, this doesn't need to be romantic relationships. It can be platonic ones as well, or even the relationship that you have with money. All of this is going to be changing, and you're going to be re-looking at the way you want to be loved or you want to be treated. The next thing is patience. So a lot of y'all could be dealing with anxious thoughts about these situations and waiting for that one moment where everything shifts. You may be wondering in terms of when that is going to happen or why hasn't it happened yet. It is going to happen within the next 6 months, but what it's trying to teach you is not to live in the future, if you know what I mean. I know it's weird that I'm a tarot reader and I'm reading about the next 6 months and I'm telling you not to live in the future, but you create your future today. What you do today is going to help you out in the next 6 months. So instead of being impatient or instead of feeling like why it hasn't happened, it's time to make that shift within yourself today. Compassion. There might be, like I mentioned earlier, there might be some relationship changes and you may need to show a little bit more compassion, or you will be shown a little bit more compassion in your relationships. Whatever it is that you're going through currently, it needs you to be gentle with yourself instead of being tough. So try to look at yourself and love yourself first, and then, wait for the magic to happen. The next card that we have is self-discipline. Now, the reason why this is coming in is because there could be a lot of overthinking that may be happening, a lot of self-sabotaging behavior that is keeping you from reaching where you need to go. And all of this is going to change the second you start treating yourself with a little bit more respect and compassion, where you know that there are some thoughts that you would not entertain. There are some people that you might not entertain, some behaviors that are not going to entertain. And all of this takes it takes some amount of self-discipline and letting yourself know that this is not going to work, so I'm not going to entertain this further. Apart from that, I also see you changing up your routine that is actually going to be impacting your mental health and emotional health in a positive way. So take the steps necessary in order to ensure that you are getting better or healing, and stick to those with absolute dedication to ensure that you reach your goals eventually. Karmic completion. Like I mentioned earlier, I'm pulling in front of you guys. I have no way of making this up. But like I mentioned earlier, all of this is just a cycle. Understand what this cycle is trying to teach you. The cycle could be trying to teach you how to let go of things that are keeping you captive. And you are finding these ways in order to shut the cycle once and for all. So for the next 6 months, you may be tested and you may be tempted to go back to your old ways in order to feel safe, but you are actually breaking this. And once you break this, that's when the abundance comes in. Now, when I say abundance, a lot of people just assume naturally that it's about money, but abundance means being abundant in all areas of your life, having an abundance of friendships or relationships or happiness, just a lot of things that you want, everything that you want being amplified. That is what you'll be getting once you close this cycle of whatever it is that you're dealing with. For a lot of you, I feel like you're dealing with relationship issues and not being treated equally, or feeling impatient in terms of when something is going to happen. And the message for all of you is to have patience. Let's see what is going to help you out with this. What is it that you need to do? Okay. So the first thing that came out for you was start fresh, which means that everything that has happened in the past needs to be gone. You need to forgive the people that were involved. You need to forgive yourself for the situations that happened and learn to just start fresh. It is scary. Change is always scary, I know, and it is something that is tough, but it is necessary in order for you to live the life that you want to live, because you've not reached there by doing the things that you have. So something needs to give and something needs to get out so that something new can come in. The next thing is bring in the light. Look at everything in I won't say to be positive in terms of everything, but look at everything as either a learning experience, or look at everything in a slightly more positive way in terms of not losing faith in yourself or in your future. Now, a lot of people would ask you to be positive at all times, and that is false positivity. So, that is not something that I believe in. But being positive or being optimistic is something that I'm asking you to be, which means that I accept whatever has happened. I accept that these are the things that I need to change, and I'm not going to give up on myself. I'm not going to give up on these situations, and I will try my best to reach where I have to. So having a more optimistic approach will help you. Once you do that, you could be dealing with some money issues. If that is the case, rest assured, money is going to flow in once your mind is clear, once your mind is not being plagued by fears, once your mind is not occupied living in a fight or flight mode. That's when the money will start flowing in. So that is all I had for you, pile 1. I am going to be starting with pile 2 now. In case you like this reading, make sure that you watch my other videos, and also make sure that you follow me on Instagram, because I post there every single day. And I'm going to be moving on to the next pile. So see you soon. Bye. So for all of those that chose pile 2, here's your reading. Let's see what's in store for you for the next 6 months. So the card that has come out for you talks about a healthy workplace, a sense of collaboration, and a lot of recognition that is coming your way within the next 6 months. I see a lot of people appreciating you. This could be at work, but this could also be people in general, in your relationships or anywhere. I see you getting the kind of recognition that you deserve. I also see some of y'all networking and working alongside, building a community, and just being really good at your work, being paid well for it. If you are in a relationship, this could also mean working well with your partner to solve something. For very few of you, I do see y'all taking your relationship to the next level and working alongside your partner to ensure that that happens. Let's see what else is in store for you in the next 6 months. Pile 2. Okay. A lot of y'all could deal with some money issues, but if y'all are smart around it, it won't happen, and it will just be a learning experience. So instead of beating yourself up, ensure that you are looking at this situation in terms of that it's okay, I tried something, it didn't work out, but now I know how to not do something. So using your failures as a lesson to learn, through that I see you growing a lot. So if this is something that has happened in the past where something didn't work out, I see you leveling up so much that you become a master in that. I see a lot of security, stability, someone becoming a leader, and just being secure in who you are, what you do, and how much money you make. So a lot of y'all could be dealing with some job issues or money issues in general. If that is the case, the next 6 months, it may not be filled with as many ups and downs as you've dealt with in the past. I'm not saying there won't be any ups and downs, but it won't be as hectic as the past few months were. What you are being told is to work on networking. A lot of people will benefit from the work that you do. You will get the recognition that you deserve. Speak openly about your fears. There is something that you've been dreaming of doing, there is something that you've manifested, or there is something that you want to do. This could be in terms of work, but it could also be in terms of your relationship. I see you reaching there, and I see you reaching there by communicating with people. I feel like you will be at this place where your mind is absolutely clear. There's a lot of clarity in your thought. There's a lot of clarity in what you want to do. So I see you putting a plan in place, speaking to people Again, speaking is something that is coming up a lot. Communicating, networking, and being absolutely clear. There are a lot of people who are willing to help you out with this. It just requires, however, a little bit of it just requires a little bit of patience from your side. You're getting inspired, and you're getting a lot of inspiration. You could also become an inspiration for a lot of other people. The advice for you is to stay balanced, because as your goals come to you, because it's not going to happen overnight, but I see you on the right path in terms of making whatever it is that you've manifested happen. Now, if you are looking for an answer around a relationship, I do see you putting in the effort required to ensure that your relationship goes to the next level. I do see you probably talking to their parents or taking a different approach when it comes to situations that you all have been through in general. For example, if you're somebody that overthinks, I see you actively working on reducing that in order to prioritize your relationship. And I see your relationship becoming more stable. Some of you could want to get married. And while I don't see that happen immediately in the next 6 months, I do see that plan coming into action really soon. Let's see what else you can expect. Okay. Love it. So the first thing that jumped out was forgiveness. Everything starts when you forgive yourself for the mistakes that you made in your past, or it could be other people that made mistakes or that didn't treat you well. Whatever the case is, I see you reaching out to people from the past who have hurt you and not having any grudges. So I see you feeling lighter. I see more people wanting to come and apologize to you as well. And I do see this sense of happiness, or I wouldn't even call it happiness, but just being at peace coming in. And that will come in when you stop having grudges against people or anger against people. The next thing is you're working on yourself. You're working on growing personally and achieving the kind of things that you want to achieve. And all of this comes with a lot of courage and dedication. So if it hasn't worked out in the past, and if you've been kind of been very critical of yourself, I see all of that going, and I see you being completely dedicated to your goals. Once that happens, I do see some really good new beginnings coming in. I also have a card that talks about your health. So maybe put your put your health in priority, like prioritize your health, whether that's your mental health, emotional health, or spiritual health, or physical health. Whatever the case is, make sure that you're paying attention to your health, because only if you're healthy will you be able to slowly but surely reach towards your goals. Let's see how you can take care of yourself this month. And I don't know, I'm getting called to use this deck. I didn't use it for the previous pile, but I just feel like you'll need to hear this. Okay, so a lot of you could be leveling up or should be leveling up by reading, taking courses online, or just reading in general to help you detach. Some of you could benefit from sound healing. Simply go to any sound healing video on YouTube. Look at the frequency that they've mentioned and read a bit more about it. Alone time. Some of y'all could really benefit from spending time alone. And this will help you open up a dialogue with yourself that will eventually help you understand what your strengths and weaknesses are. And they will eventually lead to your personal growth. A lot of y'all could benefit from writing a gratitude list, or also a lot of cards are talking about manifesting and being grateful for what you have. So a lot of y'all could be spiritually inclined, or a lot of y'all could already be doing this, but if you're not, it's time now to start. Open that book, start writing your affirmations or reading them aloud. Start making a list for all the things that you're grateful for. Once you start observing this, you'll realize how wonderful your life truly is, and you'll just be content. Some of you, if you don't like writing, you could also make a vision board. One of the most important things that came for y'all is rest. While y'all are so busy chasing your goals, y'all are also being called to rest and make sure that, like I mentioned earlier, your health is taken care of. So that's all that I have for you today, guys. If y'all have selected another pile, you can jump right in. Make sure to check my other videos on YouTube as well. You can also follow me on Instagram because I post daily readings there. That's all that I have for you. See you next time. Bye. So for all of those that chose pile 3, here's what's in store for you for the next 6 months. You are in the process of analyzing what your life looks like. You're still at this place where you're manifesting your dream life, and you're kind of the artist of your life right now, and your life is going to completely change in the next 6 months. But there is a lot of thinking that is required on your end in terms of what direction you want your life to go in. Let's dive deeper into what's in store for you for the next 6 months. Pile 3. Sorry, I'm excited because I chose this pile as well. Okay. So for a lot of you, you have forgotten who you are. Let me know in the comments below if that is the case.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So a lot of you have forgotten who you are in terms of the things that you were, or the things that once made you happy are no longer making you happy. The dreams that you have, they may not have come true. So you're at this point where you're understanding who this new person is, what this person likes, and what this person wants to become or wants to live life. So this is the perfect time for you to take your life in that direction. It's like the universe has given you a blank slate, and it's asking you to fill everything up in terms of not just what you want to do, but how do you want to live your daily life? Who do you want there to be in it? Do you want to be dating? Do you want to be single? Do you want to be married? What kind of job do you want? What kind of business do you want? What is it that you want your life's purpose to be? So till now, I do see that there could have been imbalance in the way that your life has played out, or the past few months or years have played out. And I see you now realizing that this is not it. These are not the things that I want to be doing anymore. And that there's so much more to you, and in the process of dealing with or being in this fight and flight stage, like I mentioned, you've forgotten who you were, and it's kind of taken away your confidence or your charm or your charisma, almost like my name. But you are tapping into the essence of who you are. It feels like you've just become the shell of the person that you were, but now I see you like a beautiful butterfly coming out of your cocoon in the next 6 months to the kind of life that you want to live. So any and all wishes at this point that you make will happen, and you're realizing this in your day-to-day life. What you're also realizing is that there are a lot of options that are open to you, and you may be at this point where you need to make choices that may put you in almost in like a jeopardy, because you don't want to make the wrong choice. However, what I'm also getting is that while most of your choices are basis, it's a little complicated, so hear me out, okay? So what I'm getting is that there's something in your life that didn't work out, and you may be right now in this place or in this phase where you want that thing only to work out. But now you will be realizing that there are other things as well that you need, which are very different from what was happening back then. So the universe is kind of going to give you this gift of, you know what, while these things didn't work out, there was a reason why it didn't, and there's something better that is coming in, which is why it will present you with choices. And these choices are personal because it determines where you want to go. So right now you are in this place where you are choosing between living your past life or actually stepping into your future. I know it's very complicated, but this is, trust me, it's more complicated in my mind than I am trying to, like I'm literally translating thoughts going at like 100 miles per hour. But basically you're in this place where you're leaving your old life and you're stepping into a new cycle, and you will have to take that leap of faith. Now, who do you take this leap on faith on? Yourself and your dreams. There are a lot of things that are keeping you captive. Mostly it is sadness. Some of y'all could be going through a lot of sadness, a lot of anxiety, a lot of overthinking, and just a lot of pain that has made you believe that good things don't happen to you. And all of this is going to change. You're being asked to focus on, instead of waiting for security to come in, you're being asked to be secure regardless of the circumstances, so that you don't get swept up in a hurricane. Literally the world around you is spinning, and you may also be spinning with it. That it's time now to stop spinning and just be where you are. How do you do that? By being authentic to yourself, by doing things that you genuinely enjoy doing, by, instead of being scared of dreaming of what you want and thinking that you're not going to get it or you're not good enough, believing that you are good enough to get whatever it is that you deserve. Now that I've told you, one thing that I would love for you to do is pause this video, go pick out a book, go to your Pinterest board, whatever it is, and make a vision board or a wish list, almost like manifest your dream life. Whether you write it down or you use Pinterest, just no holds barred, just go and make this for yourself. This will help you to remember what it is that you value, who you are, and what you want to live like. For a lot of people, I am seeing that y'all could also get married and engaged, which is why I got so excited for y'all. And you could have been dealing with a lot of obstacles in your relationship. This could be related to your person, their family, your own behavior, your own life at this point. But you're being asked to take that leap of faith on this person or on this relationship. This is the one, and I feel like for a lot of you, y'all want it to be this person. So for a lot of y'all, I do see y'all getting engaged or married in the next 6 months. If that is not the case, then I do see y'all improving your relationships with your family members, and especially your parents. I see you coming to peace with everything that has happened in your life, forgiving them, forgiving yourself, forgiving everyone involved. There is a lot of thinking that you will be doing. Just try to regulate your thoughts in terms of not drifting towards the negative and keeping yourself centered in terms of forgiving or forgetting everything that happened and just being like, where do I want to go from here? Your past is dragging you back, but in the next 6 months, you're stepping into the future. So be very careful. Let's see what else we have in store for you. I'm so excited for you, pile 3. You really deserve all the good things. Just remind yourself that you are worthy of your dreams, and dream big. Don't limit yourself. Okay. Let's see what we've gotten. So the first card that I got was nature. Now this could signify 2 things, either 3 things. Either some of y'all want to detach and spend some time alone, probably going on a vacation. So a lot of y'all could be traveling in the next 6 months. The next thing it could also mean is that you need to be out in nature. You need to soak in the sun. You need to walk on grass barefoot to ground yourself, or you just need to get out more and stop living this 9 to 8 or 7 or whatever time y'all are working, and make time for yourself to just detach from life and realize that there is so many things happening around you. So don't get lost in your daily life is what I mean. Make time for yourself. For a few of you, I do see that your nature, like your attitude, your behavior, all of that is going to be significantly changing as well. The next card that I have is self-discipline. Like I said, moderate and regulate your thoughts. I also got moderation. So moderate and regulate your thoughts. You're learning how to not slip in to your negative thoughts, and you're learning how to plan your life in a way that is guaranteed to get you success. For example, it could be something as small as you wanting to buy a car, or in my videos I always talk about taking a trip to Paris. If you know that it's going to cost you 1,20,000, for example, instead of wondering why I haven't been there, or oh my god, will I ever go there, you are taking active steps to earn that 1,20,000, which means saving 1 lakh a month, or however you do the math. Taking active steps in order to get where you want to get. That takes a lot of discipline. It takes a lot of moderation as well. That is what is changing around you as well. Like it may be tough, but it's not something that you can't do or that you won't be able to achieve. It will change up your life a little bit, but it will help you in terms of the bigger picture. The next thing that I have is leadership. So a lot of y'all could be going through job changes as well, or just a change in the way that you've been, where you're no longer following anyone. You're just becoming the leader that you always knew you were, or that you always knew you were meant to be. The last thing that I have is perseverance. Do not, under any circumstances, give up on yourself or on your dreams. I see you putting in the hard work, having that courage and determination to make sure that whatever it is that you're planning for your life, or even if it's just for the next year, I see you making that happen. But you will have to ensure that your thoughts remain balanced or on the positive side, and you don't allow yourself to slip into self-sabotaging behaviors, victimizing behaviors, not feeling worthy, like feeling unworthy or feeling bad for things that have not happened, or just anxious thoughts, overthinking, all of these things that you know are not serving you well. Fear being number one. So that's what I have in store for you, pile 3. I hope you were happy. I am very happy for you because I also selected this pile. And I don't know what message was in it for me, or maybe I do and I just don't want to tell y'all. But I am very happy to see just how hard y'all have worked, and I'm happy to tell you that it is going to be worth it. So that's all that I have for you. Make sure you check my other videos, and also make sure that you follow me on Instagram because I post daily readings in there as well. That's all that I have in store for you. So I hope you guys like the reading. Make sure that you follow me on Instagram, Facebook. Check out my website if you want to get any readings done, which are one-on-one. And also make sure to check out my other YouTube videos. Like, share, comment, subscribe, whatever it is. Do all of that as well. I get really happy to hear you guys tell me that these readings resonate with you. Let me know in the comments below what video next would you like to see. That's all that I have for you. See you soon.